Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Penta Plays The Binding of Isaac Afterbirth Plus. Holy shit, how good does it hear? Or how good does it feel to hear those words? It's pretty weird, huh? Pretty weird seeing me here on the Let's Play world again. It's been a long time, and it feels good. It feels really good to say those words. Oh my god. So, without further ado, let's jump in. For those that don't know, Afterbirth Plus is, I would say, like 98% completed for me. I have every character: Isaac, Maggie, Cain, Judas, Blue Baby, Eve, Samson, Azazel, Lazarus, Eden, Lilith, and Apollyon all done. All of them done. All I have left to do as far as character unlocks is Keeper Greedier and Lost Delirium. However, in spirit of it being a genuine first video in so long that is actually dedicated to you on the YouTubes, what do you say we do an Isaac run? Why don't we just do an Isaac run? Let's jump back into this pool in a very familiar fashion. Curse of the Blind. Awesome. So, I don't know if we're going to talk in depth about this on the first video here, because I'd like to, as well as keeping myself quite entertaining for you, let you know a couple of things. First and foremost, I think a lot of people are curious where I've been. I did announce on Twitter that this was kind of my plan. Hey, cancer is great. I did announce that this was kind of my plan going forward. I wanted to do daily Isaac videos for you again, at least for now. Eventually, I might branch back into doing 2 Isaac videos a day. I don't know. There's been a big nostalgia bump for me over the whole YouTube thing in the past couple of weeks. Primarily this last week, which is the last week of January. I've been feeling incredibly nostalgic of doing YouTube, and the reason I quit never really got announced, and I do feel guilty over that, because there are people that were wondering why I didn't quit. I just sort of disappeared and then announced that I wasn't going to be doing it full-time kind of thing anymore. Not full-time, but, you know, daily video kind of things. And I know a lot of people were curious, like, as to why I even said at one point that I was going to talk to you guys about why and release a video and possibly do a stream explaining kind of what was going on. But I never did, and I feel really bad about that. But, pretty much, if we break it down, originally I thought I had to do with just, like, I was losing motivation, and I thought I had to do with, like, the way the channel was going. I didn't want to do Let's Plays anymore because no one was watching, etc., 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 etc. And then the more I realized, like, as the months went on and I started realizing it, that had, like, nothing to do with it. Like, because even, like, I always stressed myself out over, like, if people were watching and stuff like that, but that's just basic YouTuber shit, because without an audience, you know, people are, like, always sitting there like, what's the point? But that had nothing to do with it. Polydactyly is pretty good. It had nothing to do with it. And I realized that I came to this realization over the past, like, week, where I was just sitting here thinking, and I'm like, it has to do with the fact that hold on, let's actually click into the game. How about that? We weren't even clicked into the game. Let's click into the game. I came to the realization, as I was saying, that it had nothing to do with that kind of stuff. It was more or less, it's even worse, to do with the fact that I just wasn't motivated to play games. And that sounds weird, because I'm a gamer, and as a gamer, I'm assuming you're a gamer if you're watching game-related content on YouTube here, but as a gamer, saying you don't want to play games just sounds weird. Like, it rolls off the tongue really weird for me, because I you know, for many years of my life, you know, especially, you know, as an adult, as many years of my life, I would, you know, go to work for, you know, 8 to 16 hours a day some days, and I would just, like, couldn't wait to get home so I could dive into, like, Metal Gear Solid 5, or dive into The Witcher, or dive into more Isaac, or, you know, around the time that Afterbirth came out, especially around the time that Rebirth came out, because I like Rebirth more than Afterbirth. But around the time that those releases came out, I was, like, dying to get home from work so that I could play more. And I would launch into, like, a fit of, like, 4 or 5 hours playing it. You know, a lot of it was recording at the time. And it's just like, over the past like 6 to 8 months, I just have not had that. Around the time that I announced that I just was going to drop Undertale, and Undertale was going to be, I dropped Terraria, and Undertale was going to be the last thing, and all the other series like Ori and stuff were going to get canceled. It was just because I just didn't want to play games. Like, I haven't even touched Ori since then, which I still plan on finishing because I love that game. It's just, I lost my will, if you will, to play it. And that sucks. I don't know where my drive to play games for extended periods of time went. I think it might have to do with stress. It might have to do with the way that my life was at the moment. I don't know. All I know is it was really weird. And I kind of came, the veil got lifted, and I started thinking about, like, what makes these daily Isaac videos I'm going to do so much easier than doing, like, 4 or 5 hour streams is the fact that, like, I played SteamWorld Heist. For example, I played SteamWorld Heist on stream for 3 hours last Sunday. That you guys have no idea when that is, but I played it on stream and had an absolute blast. However, after about 2.5 hours, I was pretty much done. I was pretty much done, and that's good. That's good. Oh my god, that's so good. Is there a possible battery in the shop? And forgive me for this first episode not really commenting on the Isaac as much, because I have a lot of stuff that I needed to get off my chest, and like I said at the beginning of the video, I don't really want to just fill the video with me talking about this shit, but at the same time, I think it's a good venue for me to explain some things. There's not a battery, but I can reroll for a battery. Ooh, the crooked penny, or whatever you want to call it. Compost is good. Compost turns all consumables and pickups in the room into flies and spiders, and then if you use it after that, I think it doubles all the spiders and flies you have. The crooked penny, I think is what it's called, is actually super interesting because it's an active item that costs, it's a 4-room charge, and if you use it in a room, it has a 50% chance of doubling everything in the room, including item pedestals, chests, pet pickups, and stuff like that, hearts. So I think on one run I doubled Sacred Heart in an Angel room because it was a 50% chance. I'm like, well, why the fuck not? But then it has a 50% chance of just turning everything into nothing. It just gets rid of everything. So it's really good, but D6 is what we're rolling right now. There's our battery, so we can go reroll the D10. What was I saying? God damn it, now I'm lost. But yeah, these daily Isaac videos are Epiphora. I mean, it's not good. We should go to the curse room. We owe ourselves this curse room. Daily Isaac videos are easier than those streams because, oh, that's what I was talking about. SteamWorld Heist. It was good, and it was super fun, and I enjoyed playing it, and I know the devs were super happy that I jumped back into it. I can maybe get another. I got 3 bombs. Let's actually try this. Hold on. I'm willing to risk the hearts for this. Let us re-roll that guppy. Possibly getting another guppy. Let's do this. Get another battery. There's another battery. And we'll buy this because we're going to end up costing a heart to go in the curse room anyway. But yeah, they were glad that I played it, and they got the thank yous, and oh, thank you, it's so great to blah, blah, blah. But after about 2 hours, I was done and pretty much I didn't want to quit and stop playing or anything. I was having a blast, but like actually sitting down and playing a game for an extended marathoning games has become a little more difficult for me, and that's part of the motivation is if I can't play a game, at least over the past couple of months, to 6 to 8 months, like I said, if I can't play a game in a short, quick burst of like 30 to 60 minutes, I have a really hard time continuing after that. Even if I'm like super involved in the game, it can be really hard for me. And so like Isaac videos, doing these daily Isaac videos is gonna be really easy because I can play, if I want to play like 4 or 5 hours, if I am in the mood and get a bunch of videos done and recorded, I can do that. However, if I'm not in the mood, I can play for like 30 minutes a day and give you guys a video. So it's super nice. And that's kind of why that plan came around, and I was asking on Twitter if you guys were interested in having a return of daily Isaac videos for that very reason. For the foreseeable future, just to dismiss any inklings that you might have right now, to dismiss those. For the current future, or for right now, Isaac is pretty much all it's going to be. I won't be doing like any brand new Let's Plays of games I haven't played before. I have no intentions of doing that right now. However, that's good. That's good. However, there is a chance at some point down the line that I may bring back like full Let's Plays on YouTube for games that maybe I don't think are good for streaming but are good for watching. because that's the weird thing about streaming and doing like YouTube, is it's really easy to tell if a game is good for streaming based on whether or not there's a lot of downtime that you could, in a YouTube video, edit out. Or stuff like that, like grinding or leveling that you know, oh my god, this boss is super tough, so I gotta grind out like weapon levels for like RPGs and shit. It's easier to do that in the YouTube format because you're not forcing people to watch that shit, because on a stream you can't edit yourself. So that's kind of an idea going forward. No confirmations here, but if you are interested, please let me know, either in the comments or on Twitter, if that's something that you'd be interested in seeing, a return to Let's Plays. However, that wouldn't be for a good while, because my schedule, as much as I say that that's not a lot of it, it is still part of it, because my work schedule right now is kind of weird. Ansas is pretty good, but I'm cursed, so don't have any interest in using it right now. But yeah, I mean, the lack of motivation to, oh my god, the lack of motivation to play new games really bums me out, because there are so many games that I own right now that I want to play, but I'm afraid if I start them, and I'm sure there are other people that have gone through this. I'm sure there are, because it's just part of life sometimes. Like, it's like when I decided that I didn't want to draw anymore when I was like a teenager, because I used to love to draw, and now it's like, I don't really want to draw anymore. So, I'm sure there are other people that have gone through this similar thing, where it's like you just go through a non-heavy gaming phase, even if you're a hardcore gamer. But I'm being patient with myself, because if I start a game, like if I start Dragon's Dogma, and then I just don't go back to it because I lost the will to play it, that would scare me, because a game like that deserves my attention. It deserves to be played and enjoyed. And I don't want to ruin that experience by not exactly being in the mood to play games at the time. That before was right there. I don't know if I want that, but we got a devil deal, so... The Dark Prince's crown is... It's just not something that I enjoy having, so let's reroll both. We got the Judas's Shadow, so we might as well take second Guppy and Judas's Shadow, just in case we feel like doing something stupid at the end of the game. I will just take this. Shot speed is fine. Emperor's good. We'll just leave. I don't know. Don't really have any aims or goals of this video other than just kind of conversing. A little drawn out commentary on the fact that sometimes, I guess, you're gonna go through phases in your life where you're like, I don't want to do X activity, you know, for repeated hours, and I feel like my choice to not do it in hopes to save those experiences for times when I do want to just like dive into a game and play it for hundreds of hours, I don't want to taint the experience, and I think making that choice is the smart choice. And I have a couple of friends that have backed me up on that. They're like, don't ruin a game's experience, like your first time playing a game's experience, because you know, feel obligated to stream it. You feel obligated to make videos, and like, I'm not being paid to do any of this, so like, that obligation is off the table of like, well, I have to do it because it pays the bills. It's like, no, my job pays the bills. Doing this is mostly for your guys' entertainment, and part of the reason I wanted to do these videos, another part of the reason I wanted to do these videos, is because I felt so guilty basically saying, yeah guys, I'm not going to stream for a little while, or they're going to be inconsistent streams because of bullshit in life. And I felt guilty of that, so that's another major reason I'm doing this, and I do hope that you guys understand and appreciate the lengths that I'm going through for you. I'm changing the world and, you know, hoping to change your lives. No, just the things I will do to at least, if not apologize, then hope to entertain you in some way, because I know there are people, maybe not many, but I know there are people out there that are entertained by me and find me entertaining and are willing to watch pretty much anything I put out, and that fact still shocks me to this day. But that was terrible. But I thoroughly appreciate anybody who does. I'm just gonna fucking do it. Tractor Beam is awful. Do we think we're gonna get a reroll? Probably. Scapular is not good, but I mean, I'd rather have it than not have it. I think that's kind of the oldest trick in the book when it comes to Scapular and like monkey spawn stuff, is like, if you have an opportunity to take it, you might as well just take it. Like, why not? I should have used the Ansys rune there, but I think there's a better application for it in the future. It would have been a nice way to gauge whether or not we have the rooms to get another charge, but like I said, it's probably a better opportunity to use Ansys rather than laziness of like, oh, am I going to be able to reroll again? Because I got to focus on that 100% devil deal, because as I'm an idiot from last floor, I'm like, oh, I got a devil deal. I picked up freaking goat head on the first devil deal, you dumbass. It's like, just, oh my god, I played so much of this game and I'm still an idiot sometimes. It's hilarious, isn't it? Yeah. Overall impressions. I know I've gotten a question a lot of overall impressions of Afterbirth Plus, and I think I've talked about it on Twitter that there's definitely, as well as the whole community pretty much, there are definitely some aspects of it that are not well liked. I would say, namely, I would honestly say that the biggest one for me. Oh, that's so good. That is so good, and we'll just, you know, we'll buy the bomb in hopes of getting a tinted rock that gives us a small rock. But the obvious big one for me is some of the item changes, and that's probably a weird opinion that most people wouldn't expect. Most people would expect me to say, well, greedier, or the way that the game launched, or some of the choices that they made as far regarding balance, because apparently, you know, according to the devs, according to Tyrone and Ed, they happened to playtest the game with 2 experienced players, and so some of the balancing issues was the fault of them trusting 2 high of scale players to do the playtesting. I'm like, well, you know, part of it could be that, but also, you guys, you know, we're getting ragged on for making Afterbirth too easy, and we're just like, well, fuck the players, right? Let's make it as hard as possible. And maybe that's just me being a little bit of a dick, but who knows? I don't blame them if they did do that, because, yeah, Afterbirth, excuse me, was stupendously easy. Like, it was actually borderline boring easy. That's so good. And we are Leviathan. Speed up is actually quite good, because now we're at 1.5, which is decent. I should have gone back and bought a battery. That was a bad choice. But, no, I mean, some of the item changes, like, balance issues and, like, launch bugs aside, which were all frustrating, Apollyon is great. I actually, like, didn't like him at first, and then he really quickly grew on me as I started realizing the actual potential of the Void item. But, however, I still think that the Keeper is shit, and having to do some of those, like, obviously, I should have re-rolled Abel. I had battery charges. That's Guppy. What a good first video, huh? And actually, Guppy is super hard to get now, so that's actually a good thing. I haven't been Guppy in several runs, I'd say. I know I've been Guppy quite a bit lately because I've been breaking the game to get some of the unlocks, but yeah, I mean, Keeper is still shit. I guys probably know how salty I can be with Keeper runs. I still stand firm and say that that's a horrible item. That one I'll reroll. It became Key Bum, which is awful. So we'll reroll it again, and we're... For the first video, I can't justify taking this on the first video back. Any other run, there you go. There you go, take the key, that's fine. I will go back for the batteries. Just because I think we can get something delicious here. Missing No's fun. Especially Missing No on, what, Depths 2? No, Necro 1, but still. See, like, Raw Liver's pretty good. We'll take Raw Liver. Plus 2 HP. We don't have any reason to... See? Sometimes you just gotta give him that key, man. You gotta give him that key so that you can be... It's paying it forward, man. You gotta pay it forward. If I give them that key, that means I'm gonna get a bunch of key drops later in the run. That's just how it works. That's science. Anyway, what was I gonna do? Yeah, I'll take it for the bombs, if anything. I need bombs. I don't want to be lazy. I just got bombs. I'm not gonna... I need bombs. I need bomb through a wall instead of going right around it. Oh, I ran into it, but it didn't take my key from me. But yeah, I mean, Keeper, I love him. He's actually quite fun to play as. He's engaging to play as because you actually have to pay attention. You can't just zone out and win like I'm doing right now. I want that penny. I don't know why I want that penny, but I really do want that penny. That penny could change my life. There's another dude here. He's invisible. That's fun. Yeah, we're almost at 30 cents, which is another 2 items at the next shop. Oop, it's Spirit Hearts. Pretty dang good, if you ask me. But no, regardless of all the bullshit that, you know, having to make people do keeper runs again, and do keeper runs in the fucking hardest mode in the game, which is greedier. And Delirium, the bullshit around Delirium, which everybody's still complaining about, myself included, like how it's a percentage chance to it's RNG to whether or not you can fight the final boss in the game, which I think is actually one of the worst design choices in the game, because it's like, I understand making it like the Hush and, you know, Boss Rush, where it's like, you have to meet these these standards, but why make those standards so oblong? Why make them like 5% and then 15% and then 10%? Why don't you just make it like every boss after Mom has a 50% chance of getting you getting you to him, or getting you to access to the void. It's like, make it a 50% chance after every boss you fight from Mom on, because then your odds of getting there are relatively high across a run. And going, basically fighting Hush and then going right to the Delirium floor, or the Void floor, is so bad. I love Seraphim, but I think I'm going to be ballsy here. And we got the Minecrafter, which is awful. Is there battery in here? There is not, but there is this, which does something. Yeah, so this is what the plan is here. I'm gonna re-roll it one more time. We got Mom's Eye. That's so bad. We'll take this. For science, I have to see what the next item would be. Okay, so I lost my Hive Mind. That's awful. That's pretty bad. I lost Hive Mind and I got Monster's Tooth, which is also quite bad. That's pretty garbage. Yeah, losing Hive Mind as Guppy is pretty horrible. So we'll just buy this, and we'll buy this, hoping it's, yeah, Justice, fine. But no, the Delirium fight's fucking garbage. I don't want that card. It's just a badly designed fight, in my opinion. I might be the outlier there. I know there's a bunch of like popular YouTubers and streamers and stuff that play the game that, you know, speak volumes about it and defend it. You know, say, well, it's not as bad as most people think it is, because it's actually cleverly designed as a fight. And I'm like, okay, there's certain parts of it that are pretty cool, but that's so good. It's a bullshit fight. Any fight where you can get teleported on top of and telefragged without any tell, I'm immediately turned off by. That was how Rebirth was when it first launched, with the cysts, or the blobulon, whatever the fucks you want to call them, in the womb. They would appear underneath you without any tell. They would just randomly appear underneath you, and if you're playing as the Lost, Rebirth Lost especially, your run's done. And by the time you get to the womb, you've generally been biting your nails and scratching your head, you know, trying to figure out how to best defeat this game. And one little son of a bitch can ruin it, and that's exactly what Delirium is for me. It's like I've been trying to do Lost runs as Delirium, because Lost Delirium. I got to do Lost Delirium, and it's been, I get to Delirium pretty much, not constantly, but more frequently than some would imagine, because I'm actually quite good as the Lost. And we might do some Lost runs here on the stream, on the videos, but Host has great, but I'm re-rolling. Oh, there's 2/3 spun. That was a ballsy decision, because Host Hat is one of my favorite items, but I'm so powerful right now, Explosion Immunity doesn't really do much for me. However, Host Hat still remains one of my favorite items, and I will defend it until the end of until the end of days, because that thing actually is the reason I don't have a battery charge. That item is the reason that I was able to beat Greedier mode as both Lilith and Lost, was because of the Host Hat. No. I don't really care about spectral tears, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pay you in the red hearts. Hope you're gonna give us something delicious. Give us synth oil, man. Give me synth oil, you bastard. Give me synth oil. This is 2 of hearts, 2 of clubs. Rules card.
Rules card.
World card is fine. Dude, I'm going deep. Give me synth oil, you son of a bitch. Is that a lover's card? It's another emperor. Full health. Puberty. That's fine. Dude, I'm going as deep as I need to get this synth oil play. Dude, these guys pay out like shit. Now, I don't know if they updated the way that they pay out, but they pay out like garbage. There's another world card. This Joker, I think I'll take the Joker instead of Ansys. Joker Emperor. Thank you, Placenta, I think that was. Oh, it's a succubus. That's still fine. And yeah, we'll take this. Why not? I could have healed myself for a heart there, but that's fine. But no, there's some item changes they made that I thought were awful. Like, some of the decisions they made with the items were like... The primary example a lot of people bring up, myself included, are... Oh, that was bad. Is, oh, by the way, not all of the Blasto fuck rooms are out of the game. I've happened to find quite a few recently. So there are still some lurking up ahead. So if you find any of those, give the seed to Tyrone so he can remove those sons of bitches. But, no, there's, oh, that was the worst decision in my life. I'm getting a little cocky now because of how powerful I am. That's a bad idea. But no, there's the big one that I can think of off the top of my head is the change that they made to Ipecac Brimstone, which has pissed off a lot of people, and some people don't even know it was changed. Yeah, Ipecac Brimstone. What did it always do since the beginning of time? Since Wrath of the Lamb, what has Ipecac Brimstone done? It has increased the Brimstone's damage by a little bit. It's more than a little bit, but it's a damage upgrade, pretty much, and it gives your Brimstone poison. That's what it does. Nothing game-breaking, nothing, you know, overpowered or, you know, worth nerfing. What did they do in Afterbirth Plus to, you know, fuck over the players even more? I knew that was going to hit me. That always hits me every single time I'm in this room. I'm sure you guys have seen it on the series quite a bit, on all my other Isaac series. That room just, it breaks my brain. I don't know why. What changes did they make to Ipecac Brimstone? Now, if you pick up Ipecac Brimstone, while you're charging your Brimstone, you still fire Ipecac shots. Yeah. Exciting, isn't it? Why did I take the Joker when I had the goat head? I'll use it on the Cathedral. Sack Dagger. I like Sack Dagger, but I don't want it. Can I farm a bat? Oh, there are battery charges. Sick. Yeah, there we go. Let's go deep. Let's go deep on this devil deal. There's no reason not to. I'll take this one first because it's further away. Also, the health is looking quite bad. But remember, we have Judas' Shadow, so if we do happen to perish, we can come back as powerful as ever. Ipecac Brimstone, though, man, that one sours me up a little bit. I don't want Dark Bum, and the Void with D6 is actually quite bad. Do I want Dark Bum? Well, fuck it, we'll take Dark Bum. We'll take Dark Bum, and excuse me, I walked through it and it didn't let me take it. Oh, there are still some bugs in this game, though, man. There are still some nasty bugs, like... Why, Brain? Why, Brain? Like, for instance, the big one that I can think of off the top of my head is... Occasionally, after fighting the Hush to enter the Void, you still can't get into the floor. You still can't access the Void. Like, your character will just... You can get in. It's just a pain in the ass because you have to walk over it like a bunch of different times. Because I guess it doesn't read your sprite if you have flying. I don't know what the bug is on it. Book of Belial's not even that good. That's just a bad couple of rolls there. But I don't know. I'm gonna take a drink of my coffee. And I am using all my stream settings here for this recording, which feels very weird saying because I'm actually not using the usual program that I would use to record all my Let's Plays since pretty much the beginning of time, which is NVIDIA's Shadowplay, because Shadowplay is no longer a thing, and their new fucking way to record games is garbage. Their share option is now the worst. A lot of people were very upset when Shadowplay was disbanded, if you will. Myself being one of them. It was such a good and nice and easy program to use. The only issues with it was the occasional audio desync, but that was an easy fix if you know anything about basic video editing. And so, like, Shadowplay going away pissed off myself and quite a few other people. So, I'm using OBS right now to record this, which I've always considered doing, but never did do. And I gotta be honest, if it acts anything close to, like, my streams, which always turn out to look quite nice, and the settings are the same. I actually have the quality turned up quite a bit more. I think I have it at... I think I'm still recording at 720p, because the file size would just be atrocious otherwise. Which is weird, because I used to record all my Let's Plays in 1080p, but... most of them anyway, 1080p 60, but I don't want to bother with those large files. So, uploading a, like, 5 gig file onto YouTube is one of the worst experiences in the world. Ace of Hearts could be good, as long as there are a bunch of consumables on a floor, or on a room, because then I can use those for Dark Bomb. But I'm not seeing those opportunities afoot. There was, like, what, 6 of them? Are you kidding me? Interesting room. But yeah, I'm using OBS right now with the same settings as my stream, so here's hoping everything turns out and looks good. If it doesn't, oh well, we'll change shit around and we'll make everything good, because that's just what I do. I got greedy. I saw it happen. We'll take this. And I think with 14 keys and 27 cents...
Invested?
Let's fight Hush. Let's fight Hush. We might die. I don't have the HP to fight Hush right now, but I'm going to be cocky. I still stand firm and say that the Hush is one of the worst design choices in the game. With boss armor and just the bullshitness of... if his fight was the same as it is, but without boss armor, and you could just crank his HP up. Because, like, Delirium doesn't have boss armor, but he has 10,000 HP. Which is substantially more than any other boss in the game. I think the second highest there is Blue Baby and Isaac, who have 3,000 HP. Thank you, Bestiary, for letting me know that. But, Dad's Key. We'll check the shop for a battery, possibly. There is something to be said about buying the battery itself, which I think we do. Why'd I get a black card out of that? No idea. What's this? It's another Joker. Pop the Joker. What do we got? Oh, it's Brother Bobby. It's totally worth it, right? No. Yeah, we're gonna reroll this. We got the Miter and Metronome. I will take the Miter over the Metronome. Metronome is fun, but not fun. I might be dumb for not taking Monkey's Paw into here, especially considering we have the cancer item, but... and I'm going to try and use Epiphora here as much as possible, considering we just got piercing shots and we're guppies, so we're going to try and max out that tears rate as much as we possibly can, hoping that occasionally we do get into our delicious succubus circle, aura, whichever will you call it. Hush fight is just, it's not like it's a bad fight, it's just incredibly boring. Boss armor is just awful design for a game where the whole point of the game, and I will say that the whole point of the game, is to get strong and win. Boss armor on this son of a bitch, and on Greedier, Ultra Greed, and Greedier Ultra Greed, is some of the worst shit, because it's like, yeah, you're incredibly powerful. Good job, by the way, on making some good choices and good plays to make yourself as powerful as possible. However, we don't want you to win, so you're going to have to sit here and hold down this button until the end of time. I think that's just a personal opinion, of course, but I think that's a garbage design decision. And I'm not alone in that. There are thousands of people that I, know that don't agree with the Hush fight being boss armor. It's a cool fight! And I said it the first time I fought Hush. It's a cool fight, it's a great idea. However, if you got rid of boss armor and just gave him a shit ton of health, it would be so much better. It would be so much better of a fight if he didn't have boss armor and you could actually walk in. And I've had fast Hush fights. It's not like he's impossible to, kill quickly, because I have had fast Hush fights. But you have to get to a ridiculous level of damage to kill Hush quickly. I'm talking, like Eve's Mascara, Quad Shot, Polyphemus, Proptosis, Mom's Knife was probably like my fastest, and I think I had Deadeye too, and probably Lusty Blood. And there may or may not have been a blood bag, or IV bag, and Samson Bloody Lust in there. I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure that's somehow or something of what it was, because it was incredibly powerful, and I killed him in like 4 seconds. Oh, there's no actual anything. Well, I think we just go then. We have Miter and Mom's Pearl, so the amount... Yeah, look at this. There we go. Second try. Usually it's like 3 or 4 tries, but at least I got to showcase it. My headphone just fell out. And I'm punching my microphone. Like, I'm just a ball of chaos right now. Not the item chaos, though. So we are, yeah, as you can probably tell, this is the Void, which is another contentious point of view that I have. Is contentious the word I was looking for? I don't know. Where I hate the floor. I think it's awful. That does nothing for us. Ooh, we gotta kill him we had to kill him first, I think. To get the benefits out of that King champion, you have to kill him first, I believe. If you kill him first, he drops a bunch of shit. If you kill him last, he just loses his crown. It becomes a normal enemy. That's pretty much what I figured out. If it's completely wrong, let me know. But I'd love to know. If you know, let me know. I mean, I'm not joking here. Let me know. I'd love to know. Also, there's some bullshit rooms in the DLC. There's a specific room in the womb that was an unintentional rhyme. There's a specific room in the womb where you walk in, and there are safe spots to stand, but in a matter of like a half a second, you have to figure it out where a bunch of those tentacle nerve endings are, and it's ridiculous. Why do one more room when I have a D6 charge? Because that could be delirium, and I want to get some items, man. It's brownie, that's fine. But no, I mean, I don't know. Mom's key does nothing for me here. Possibly the mom transformation? No, there's no knife behind me. I'm a ball of chaos right now. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I was on a trail of something, and then I talked about the womb, and now I'm completely lost. That's fine. There are some chest drops. I didn't kick up these tails, so I'm not expecting a ton of them, but if there are some chest drops, I'd be happy about it. And to this day, I will still, you know, sternly defend... Oh, that's such a good pill. I will sternly defend... by the way, I'm excited. Fuck you. I will sternly defend Mystery Sack as, like, an A-tier item. People re-roll it, they don't like it, and I think even in the past I've shit-talked it. But I have seen the light. Okay, so if I killed him first, he didn't give me anything. I have to learn about those guys still. That's a monster 2. Monster 2 be dead. Monster 2, there's a guppy tail! What do we ask for? Now we should be getting some chests with Mom's key. This could be good. And we have a golden key, so we have infinite, you know, keys for this whole floor. Less spirit hearts than I was expecting to see, but... Perks is actually super good if I can get another one. Is there a devil deal on this floor? For science. There is, and it's Maw of the fucking Void. Oh, Maw of the Void. It's +1 damage up, as well as delicious heart drops. Give me that. That's right there. Perfect example. Prime example, and I believe Northern Lion talked about this on the Roundtable podcast earlier this week. This is one of my biggest problems with the Void, which I remember now is what I was talking about, was the Void floor. This is my biggest problem. It copies different rooms from different different chapters, but if you're gonna do that and you spawn in a dark room, you might as well have those chests still drop chest items. Like, they should drop items if it's a chest floor or a dark room floor. It's Bloody Penny might actually be better for me here, because I have Dark Bomb. I'll do it. I already have the Miter, so we have a good chance of our hearts already turning into black hearts as it is, or into spirit hearts as it is. as you can see. Oh, there was a Majiggy back there. And our luck stat is 0, so I'm not expecting a... It's probably worse than it could have been, but better than it is. Emperor does actually nothing for us here, so it doesn't really matter. But no, I mean, the Void Floor is just, it's boring. There's some other ideas that I've had about it where it's like, they could have done this, they could have done that. Why are my black hearts spawning so often? I don't have, like, Daemon's Tail or anything like that. I don't have Demon's Tail. Odd Mushroom, I'll take it. That's a 0.44 damage. So not great, but also not terrible. This might be Delirium here. It's Triachnid. They got 2 rerolls, so we don't need 9 lives. We do want Magic Mush. Which is a plus 14 damage up, I guess. Apparently. It's just ridiculous. So now we're as strong as I might have ever been in Afterbirth Plus. And that's not even a joke. It might be a joke. What with the in the Succubus thing we have 65 damage. This might be as strong as I've been with Succubus. This might be as strong as I've ever been. I think my most damage I've had in a Afterbirth Plus run so far, not counting the Pong challenge, was like 62 damage or something like that. And that's without Succubus, so it's not definitely our strongest, you know, solo run, but it's a good run. This was a good one to jump back into the Let's Play world with. Get that Dark Bomb, give me that last little bit of deliciousness that I can't use. I don't want Loki's Horns. I don't want less than 3. Our range is actually... How's our range looking like? Against Delirium, range could actually be good, and that might be Mom. That's not Mom, holy crap. That could have been Mom, it wasn't Mom. Well, I'm just taking dumb damage now, because I'm cocky, and I think that I'm going to be invincible for the rest of the run, but such is life, because I know I'm going to win. Delirium isn't as bad if you're this powerful, because he doesn't have boss armor, so you can actually just tear him to bits, but he's still a shit boss. And I will say that till the end of time. I can't wait until there's a point in time when I have everything done, and I'm, you know, 1,000,000% or whatever it's going to be, and I'm finally able to return to doing just like Eden runs and Isaac runs, like doing fun runs, like, you know, enjoying the randomness of the game and doing runs where, oh god, this is just such a bad fight. It's such a bad fight. Like, I'm ridiculously strong right now, and this is still stupid fight. And he speeds up the less health he gets, which is awesome, by the way. You know, that was a great design decision. You guys made a good choice there. Yeah, let's make this bullet hell boss fight even faster when he has lower health. He's dead. Still horrible. Could have gone better, but it was a good run. And somehow we filled the room with water. Not sure how that happened, but we'll deal with it. And we'll accept our victory. If you haven't seen the end, I'll let you guys watch it, because it's actually quite depressing. That's my thumbnail. Probably the best ending so far. Like, next to Rubber Cement and the Eden ending, I think that's probably my favorite ending, because it rounds everything up and finally, like, finishes the lore off that a lot of people were curious about. Because the Hush ending, when Afterbirth came out, the Hush ending confused a lot of people, because it's like, well, we all knew that Isaac was dead, but he ends up in like a different plane of existence, and now it's kind of like he died, but because he was caught between being good and being evil, he just ended up in purgatory. And so now he's just wandering purgatory by himself, you know, haunted by the sins of his past, which, you know, was killing his mom and stuff like that, I guess. Or the thoughts of killing his mom and stuff like that, so. Because it's not confirmed whether or not Isaac actually kills his mom. It's not confirmed. But anyway, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so glad to be doing this again. It felt really good to be playing this and playing it again for you guys. So if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like down below and subscribe if you want to see more. Comment letting me know your favorite things and thoughts, and always come back for more. My name is Pentahybrid. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you later!